Good morning, ABTLers. It's almost time for the league to start, so I want to do a quick video to go along with the email I'm going to be sending out just about league details, how to log into the website, all those things. So what you're about to get from me is an email with your login and password. You'll get sort of a system-generated email that has that there. Wait to try and log in until you get an email from me saying, basically things are active and ready to go. Once you get that, your login and password are case sensitive. I'm actually going to show you on the website here in front of me how to do that, so you know all the information there. So once you've got all that, league matches will start the week of April 17th. We've got just some high-level details on the league. Play best 2 out of 3 sets. We do play out the third set. If you and your opponent agree prior to the match that you want to play a tiebreaker instead of that full third set, that's absolutely fine with us. Record that as a 1-0 victory in the third set on the website when you edit your score, which I'll show you how to do in here in a second. If one of you does not agree to play a breaker, then you should play out the third set because that's sort of our standard go-to. 11 matches is the total. You'll have match dates and everything on the website to see there. First contact on the match. So this is in terms of setting up that match. Give the person a phone call, shoot them an email. The person who is slated to bring the tennis balls to the match is responsible for making that first contact. I'll show you where that is on the website here in just a second. So keep that in mind. Do your best to keep matches moving. Beyond that, we do assign forfeits if you guys haven't played matches. We typically assign that to the person who's responsible for bringing the balls. This is a last case scenario resort type deal, assuming that no one tried to play the match. If someone tried to play the match, contact, schedules didn't really work out, then that's okay. Keep trying, get it done. There's ways you can always communicate with me. Let me know, hey, Eric, we're trying to schedule this match. Don't forfeit either one of us. Our schedules just aren't lining up right now. That's absolutely fine. This is, again, a last resort to try and keep things moving. So keep that in mind as well. The last thing I wanted to mention before I kind of show you actually a couple more things before I show you the website here. We have ranking points on the website, and you'll see that for a 2-set win, you get 14 points. 3-set win, you get 12 points, and then whoever loses the match gets up to 8 points for every game that they lose. So if you lose 7-5, 7-5, you're going to get 8 points. If you lose in 3 sets, you're probably still sitting at 8 points. If you lose 6-1, 6-0, you'll get 1 point. Those ranking points on the standings really don't come into play unless we're dealing with three-way ties or tiebreakers that we can't break, where there wasn't a head-to-head match played, or there's ties of that nature. So it doesn't matter too terribly much. Okay, the last thing before I show you the website here is the division creation. We had this year a record turnout, 182 players sign up to play in Omaha, which is fantastic. So with that comes challenges of making divisions, and the way that I do this is there's a couple things I look at. First is prior ABTL history. If you've played in the league before, that is the number one driving force in terms of the division you end up in. So if you were 0-11, you lost every match last year in your division from last season, I'm going to move you down. If you went 11-0, 10-1, 9-2, chances are I probably moved you up. This is not always the case. It's a function of other players that sign up around you as well. So with a league that's continuing to grow, we added in an additional, I want to say, somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 15 5-0 and 4-5 players on the men's side. What that means is those top leagues expand, start bleeding down into more divisions, and so everything kind of gets pushed down. So you might have been in the C division last year, went 11-0. You might see yourself in C again this year. Again, those names don't necessarily hold a static meaning. Things can move down as a function of other players signing up. So don't look at it that way. The other thing that I do is I do my best to move new players in with old players that have played for many years, just to keep the league running smoothly. So my goal is always to, if I have 10 new 4-0 players, my goal is to split those 4-0 players out into 3 different divisions so that they're playing with a bunch of players who have league experience, and we don't get behind on matches. So that's my goal as well. So there's things like that in place because we've got, on the 4-0 side, on the men's league, we've got, I want to say 3 or 4 divisions that contain 4-0 players, probably even more than that. So it's It's not a perfect system, but I do a lot of homework to try and make sure I get things right. I will make mistakes. I'm not perfect by any means, but if you say you're a 4.0 or you say you're a 5.0, I try and get online, validate that with some other match scores from other leagues or whatever, or who referred you. If you play with a certain person, I try and use that to try and make sure I get you in the right spot. So those are the types of things that I do to try and keep the divisions equal and put people in the right place. So if you think I've got you in the absolute wrong spot by 2, 3, 4, 5 divisions, email me, let me know, and we'll find a way to fix that and make it right. So keep those things in mind. So with that, let's see, can I flip this video around? I can't? Oh no, I guess I'll have to make a second video showing you the website demo. So I will do that shortly. I'll do another video. Thanks.